Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
We asked people, why did you move to the Grand Sonora Desert?
I moved for the arid climate.
I really wanted a safe environment for my children.
I moved for the math.
It's not a mirage. It's a real trailer park. Imagine your new dream home in the Grand Sonora Desert. Imagine life in a place devoid of it. A place where you can be alone, go on hikes, and die of sunstroke. It's a place too boring for plants. It's the Grand Sonora Desert. Come live where there's nothing there.
Shut up and sit down.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Third Shift. This is episode 488, and I, of course, am your host, your funky leader, the greatest man who's ever lived. It's me. It's Matt. Oh, and I'm pumped for the show today. I am legitimately pumped for the show today because I'm excited to see Eric's face when I talk about a thing that I put in the show notes. And hey, I mentioned him. He's here. He's got a face. Don't touch it. But he's Eric. He's the light bearer, the light bearer, bringing the Beastmaster Third Shift. He's here to tell us how his week has been, what he's been doing, video games, if he saw a movie, if he played basketball in a park with his shirt off like a 40-year-old man out in the freezing cold. Did you do it, Eric? Tell us what you've been doing.
I did not play no basketball out in the cold. I've been working. I've been complaining to Matt already. I've been working every day. The job don't give no breaks. I'm just a working man now. So every day, going to work, doing a thing, coming home. I did get in a couple games, all right? I played some Trails in the Sky, and I played some Battlefield 6. I talk a lot about it on the old What You Playing Third Shift that you'll be able to listen to here pretty soon, I'm sure. But I will say this, Trails in the Sky, the first chapter. If you want a good old traditional RPG, get your butt in there. It is providing that experience for me. It is guiding you, easing you right on into all the different skills and the ways you level up and utilize said skills and combos and whatnot. It's doing a good job of getting you in there without being overwhelming, and I'm having such a good time with it. The characters are lighthearted. There's a serious story, but at the same time, I won't spoil too much, but I'll say there's a confidence in the person that's actually possibly in trouble. So even though there's some brevity to it, you're also like, well, they can handle themselves, so we don't have to be like super worried. Whether that, becomes the truth or not, I don't know, because I'm not there yet. So I like the way that they're actually having a good time, but also knowing that there could be something bad happening in this storyline. I appreciate it. A lot of fun. And of course, some Battlefield 6 was happening. Man, gotta win. Gotta win again. Felt real good. I went, okay, maybe Battlefield 6 isn't dead for us, and that's a plus. So that was fun. But of course, this last few days, I haven't heard hide nor hair from my siblings and whatnot, so I haven't touched it. But that's okay because I have been really busy, very stressed out. The new job's got me doing a whole bunch of stuff. And right now I kind of just, as I always tell you, I want to stare at a wall, watch an anime, and then go to bed for like 9 hours and hope that I'm aware and awake enough to handle the next day of surprises and craziness. But last and not least, this weekend, I went to the movies. I said, you know what? Man, a week ago or whatever, I went and saw a movie and it felt great. It was awesome. So I did it again. Because a movie that Matt was making fun of me and teasing me about and saying, well, you better go to the movies. It was Silent Hill 2, the movie, came out. And I was like, you know what? I don't care if it's good, bad, or whatever. I'm going to see it. It was the same director that did the first one. So I went. And I went with the father-in-law. And it wasn't at Celebration. Celebration said, no, bro, we're not even going to waste our time with this. Well, that's kind of like, oh, God, that's not good. One of the biggest theaters in our town is like, nah, we're not going to waste space. So looked up NCG. I used to go to NCG many, many years ago, like 15 plus years ago. I'll go there. Went to NCG. The theater looks fantastic. Everything's fine. But man, does it suck compared to Celebration's food, drinks, everything wise. Service wise, it is in the gutter compared to Celebration Cinema. Now, like I said, theater-wise, looks fantastic, clean, everything's nice and proper the way it should be, whereas Celebration is in the morning, but is not that way if you go past afternoon. So, tradesies. I think I'll take Celebration, to be honest with you, because the food options really sucked, but were just as expensive as Celebration's food options for some ghetto food. All right, just to be frank, it was like it was literally Costco nacho cheese and some funky like tin can or whatever kind of chili and chips, and they wanted $17 for it. I'm like, dude, this is just like canned nacho cheese and canned Hormel chili on chips, and you just charge. And I think 3 jalapenos I got on the whole thing, even though I ordered jalapenos, and I was like, damn, you're way behind. So that was very disappointing, and they don't deliver it. So we're sitting there watching the movie. It's like 10, 20 minutes in almost, and I'm like, damn, where's the food at? Where's the food at? Where are they bringing it? And Brian's like, I don't know. And I said, you know what? We're assuming this is Celebration. Sure enough, I go out there. It was already half cold, just been sitting on the order pickup area for, last, I don't know, how many minutes, 10 minutes probably, roughly. So yeah, that part was bad. Movie-wise, you know what? The movie was fine. I had fun. I was not disappointed in watching it. If you don't know Silent Hill 2 story and you don't understand Silent Hill, this movie's going to suck. Okay, let me just you're not going to understand what the hell's going on. This movie was made only for people who already enjoyed Silent Hill 2, the game, love it, and live it, because otherwise, no. All right, and then the acting itself, in some spots, fantastic, fine. Some spots, not so good. I don't know why it was kind of all over the place. I guess you'd blame that maybe more on the director than you would on, the actors. So, it was fine. It was fun. I enjoyed it, but I don't think I could recommend it to anybody unless, you're a diehard Silent Hill fan. So just be aware of that. It probably won't even be in theaters for more than 2 weeks because I only had 2 showings at NCG, none at Celebration. I think 1 or 2 at Regal. It was barely there. And then, of course, I saw some stuff saying it underwhelmed and did very poorly in the box office. So yeah, good for me. Not so much for everybody else. So a good show, fun time, but don't go see it unless you just really love the damn thing. Because if you do, you'll get some kicks out of it. There's some, the pivotal moments are all there. And that's what I did, man. That's it. And now I'm here talking to you.
Now, you talked about being stressed and wanting to watch shows. I have a mini rant I want to go on because people might know. Sometimes I sit here and during work breaks or just when I feel like zoning out, I go on Peacock and I find 1980s NWA World Championship Wrestling and I watch that. And it's phenomenal. And it's different and it feels fresh even though it's old because it's not how things are now. And for a year and a half, I've been watching it on and off. Whenever the mood strikes me, it's always freaking there. It's been 2 weeks now. When I started going back to work, started getting stressed. I'm like, okay, I need something. I need something to get me back in that mood. I want to sit here and zone out. I was feeling funky on video games for a few days. What can I watch? That 1980s wrestling. It's going to be there for me. And I opened up Peacock and it was gone. And I looked on the Google and I said, what's going on? And they said, oh, Peacock and WWE, their licensing is coming up in March, but they just decided to delete everything early. And I went, okay. So they deleted it early. That must mean it's somewhere else, right? In this age of streaming where we live, your content always exists. It goes somewhere else. It's nowhere. It's absolutely nowhere now. And I saw some people on Reddit saying, "Oh, it might go to ESPN. I think they have one old pay-per-view from 1995. That's pretty old, right?" That's not old enough. That's not what I'm looking for. I was in a rage. And I can't be in a rage anymore. So there's my little rant for the day. Because you had to mention shows. You mentioned it twice. You mentioned it during the What You Playing, and I was going to use that story. And then you mentioned it here. I got it there. See, I barfed the hate out. Mm-hmm. Now it's gone. I won't think about it again until the next day that I really want to watch some. Then I smash my keyboard and I throw my desk across the room. But for actual real life stuff, I was supposed to go to a show on Friday, but we mentioned it earlier, folks. It's been cold as hell here in Michigan. And I said to myself, as long as my car starts, I'll go to shows. So I got in my car and it was cold as hell that Friday. I went, well, I need gas. And I went to the gas station. I filled up with gas. By the end of that gas station fill up, my fingers were numb. And I said, okay, but they're going to warm up in the car here, right? And they did not. The car heat was on and they were just little icicle things. And I said, okay. I mean, it wasn't scary, but if you've been in the cold weather, you get numb fingers sometimes. I said, if it hasn't warmed up by the time I drive past the house to turn to go to the house, I'm not going. They didn't. So I came home and I played video games that night. But I did. Well, it would have been on Monday, but it became Tuesday. Took Mom out to the Wharton Center for the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra. Like I said, they were supposed to be there Monday, but we got an email Monday afternoon saying, because of the 9,000 inches of snow in and around New York and New Jersey, half of them haven't made their flights. So we're going to try and push it to tomorrow. They pushed it to tomorrow, which was Tuesday, and they were all there. I was there. Mom was there. It was a fantastic show. I love LSO. They're great. I love Lansing Symphony Orchestra. They're great. They're awesome. I love going to their concerts. But sometimes it's like a whole nother level and also a whole nother feel when you see different orchestras. Like the Detroit Symphony Orchestra came once and they were amazing. Royal Philharmonic here from London, a completely different feel because they started off with a piece and it was like everyone was so in sync that you couldn't tell that there were multiple people playing, if that makes any sense. Normally, like for LSO, this is going to sound bad, but some people are off just a little bit. So I can look at an individual and then my ears kind of fill in. I can hear that instrument almost. Here, couldn't do that. Everyone was like lock, step in, not even a hair out of place. And I was like, that's cool. That's awesome. But then they were also playing like this light and delicate piece. I tried to think of a good analogy while I was listening to it because I couldn't think of one. But I was like, if a normal symphony is like a sword, then this is like a rapier. It's like, and it sounded so light. Like everybody sounded so light. It's a big orchestra, but and it was just this light little lilting sound. And I was like, damn, that's crazy how different they feel. And then they went into other pieces, and especially by the end, they felt bigger than the LSO, who I think is actually bigger than they are. So it was just a phenomenal show. Also, Ray Chen was there, who is a famous violinist right now. He did incredible solos, just mind-blowing, amazing, a great orchestra symphony concert time, phenomenal. Oh, that's the other story that I was going to do that I almost talked about on the What You Play in Third Shift. I'll try and make it quick. But on the What You Play in Third Shift, at some point, you mentioned something about have been doing something for years. And I had a moment at the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra show. I'm sitting there in the seat with Mom. Next to me is some old dude. And next to him is his young daughter or young associate lady. I don't know. She was holding out the program, the little program card they give you. And then she was talking about how her job and, she's making all these mistakes, but none of it's her fault because she really knows what she's doing. And then she's holding this card and she goes, and she's flipping it around, using this as an example to tell her dad, I think this is clearly, it's 60-pound cardstock. It's printed on gloss, obviously. And me, as a man who's done printing and print associating things for 1,000 years now, all of that was wrong, completely wrong. And then she goes, Dad, this place probably holds thousands upon thousands of people. So, if they're here, they probably need to order 100,000 of these programs to get them through. I'm looking. Okay, the program is for Wharton Center only. These guys are here for one night. Wharton Center holds 2,200 people, just over 2,200. 100,000 on the wrong stock, on the wrong paper finish. I had to lean over to Mom, I can see why she has problems at work. She had no idea what she's talking about. Oh my God. So it was just hilarious because I never hear anything about paper or cutting or mailing or doing any setting up stuff in RPD outside of work ever. I had to not be the actually guy. I almost wanted to actually say something, but I couldn't. And it was just,
Should have, man. You should have just busted in there. Oh, actually, feeling this, it's actually only maybe 80 pound and it's probably mate enough.
My skin was crawling. I was like, I feel like I'm at work right now. No, everything you're saying is terribly wrong. And then the one thing that I've been playing on the video game front is Star Wars Outlaws. And I played it and I beat it. And I talked a lot about it on the What You Play in Third Shift. Like Eric said, it'll be coming out probably sometime this weekend. The only thing I'll say, because I'm going too long anyway with all my stories, the game was great. It was so much fun. It starts a little slow, but it just finishes well. And if you're sick of Star Wars, this is good Star Wars. It doesn't beat you over the head with references and, hey, remember this, remember various things. It's just a good, unique story in the Star Wars universe. There is a cameo at the end by a big character, but that doesn't really even matter because the story doesn't involve that person. They show up twice and you don't fight them or get chased by this character or anything. They're just there. I mean, it's more than an Easter egg. but that's about it. The story is your story. It's Kay Vess's story with all these characters who aren't anywhere else in the Star Wars universe. I really enjoyed it. It felt like playing and enjoying Star Wars as a kid again to some degree. There's references here and there, but it wasn't over the top, and it was just fun and great. So that's what I played. I tried to play some other things, some other stuff happened, but go check out the What You Play in Third Shift for that. It was a pretty good week, though.
Awesome. And that's fantastic. And you know what? I was really hoping to keep the good week vibe going, and maybe it will. Maybe it is. But I'm going to tell you about a game that came out January 29th, right now, as we're talking, for PlayStation 5, PC, and Xbox, of course, the new Xbox systems, and that's Code Vein 2. And I was excited for this one, okay? Because I tried to get in Code Vein 1, had something come up, another game that had to be played, fell off, tried to get back into it again, just wasn't doing it. But I really wanted to like this game because it was an anime Souls-like. And I'm like, I love anime, and I really want to like Souls-like games, and I've played several of them, to varying degrees. So it didn't quite click. So I said, oh, you know what? Maybe part 2 is going to be the one. They're going to take what they learned from part 1 and all the years of actual From Software's games, and they're going to go, okay, here's what works. And then for sure make this game that's going to rock and roll and be amazing. Well, apparently, a lot of reviews are saying it's okay. It's not great. It's not bad. It's just okay. They apparently didn't learn a lot from the last one in the way of making, the boss fights feel like From Software boss fights, like perfect and just right on the money, right key on. There's no unfairness where the hitboxes aren't working correctly or the recovery times aren't working correctly. And this, apparently, all those issues still appear. So you have to understand that from the word go. However, story-wise, it looks and sounds pretty damn cool. You're in a post-apocalyptic world. You're closer to the vampire folks, and everything's gone to hell. But you get a hold of the character who's able to traverse time and go back. And so you start finding critical key points, and then you go to those points, and you get to witness everything happening that caused this event, and then you stop that event from happening. And then when you come back to the post-apocalyptic world, you'll see the vice through like this giant weird heart thing kind of in the middle of everything disappear. And your job is to keep traversing time, going back to these critical moments and get rid of those things, which then can, of course, change this future that has already happened. I always love the time travel thing. It's a lot of fun. And as I just said, when you go to these different times and these different things, it's different people in different areas. And so you get to see like the steps it took to get the world to where it was. That is really cool. I really like that idea. On top of it, you're a bunch of anime folks, and they all look really cool, and they look very anime. So if you love anime, you're going to like that part. And if you don't, you're not going to, and you'll probably never play this. Now, here's something that could be a negative or a positive. Combat, apparently, for like normal baddies and stuff, gets to the point, as long as you're being careful, becomes easy. You're smoking through baddies, there's no problem. Apparently, there's not a lot of struggle when it comes to just traversing around, getting to the bosses. I like that. That's good for me. Mm-hmm. I go, oh my God, this maybe is one I can play and not get mad at and just quit because it's just stupid and killing me and it's taking too long. So I like that. But if you love the challenge and you love everything to be very difficult and, very moment to moment, once again, this may be a negative for you. And as I already told you, boss fights, apparently, really, some of them look really cool, but they start to reuse some of them for like secondary fights and whatnot. So some of them you might see multiple times. They do add apparently like new abilities to the mega ones and mega versions. So you get a new set of skills that go along with that fight, but the look of said boss will remain the same. So it can get a little dreary once in a while when you're just going on and on and on. It's like, oh, here's the third time I've seen this enemy type boss. But at the same time, as I said, some of them apparently, once you get their moves, super easy. You're going to breeze through these bosses and you're going to start smoking them. I like that. Some people don't. But one thing I don't like, apparently some of the bosses are extremely unforgiving. And as I mentioned, have like the unfair hitboxes or the unfair recovery times or the weird wind-ups that don't make sense and don't kind of add up right. And that's going to be the hard point. That's going to be the point where you start getting mad and you're not liking this game. And that goes for me as well as, of course, your hardcore Souls-like fans, because you get perfection from some of the other, especially From Software games. So it's a mixed bag. The environments apparently are pretty cool. This one has like a really open world compared to the last one. and you have a motorcycle that you can traverse on. So a lot of reviews said like that part's it's cool and fine, but there's bugs all over the place where like jumps you should be able to make, you don't get to make them, and you automatically just like hit a wall and you fall down and die, and it doesn't make any sense. You'll bust through some walls with your motorcycle, no problem, but then you'll hit like a fence and it just crashes you off. Stuff like that. Things that just it doesn't add up. But there's still some, structural, fun stuff. There's fun things to do. I don't know. I can't decide whether I want to play it. I got other games I got to play. I didn't want to skip this one, but after looking at 3 reviews, it was kind of the same. Like, hey, it's okay. I mean, you'll have fun, I'm sure, but it's not that great. And I'm like, damn it, this ain't what I wanted it to be. I didn't want it to be this, and it really sucks because, of course, the whole anime freak in me. Some of the boss fights, these giant women, big old, the fan service thing going on, and I'm like, hey, fan service, anime, yeah, I love it. But I don't want to try just to get to fun, stupid fan service and fun moments and whatnot. I'm not gonna go through like I'm getting mad at dumb shit on a game kind of thing. I don't know. So if you're real hardcore Souls-like and you love the anime and you're willing to go ahead and, get through some of the bugs and issues with this, maybe check it out. Or if you loved Code Vein 1, apparently from what I heard, like I said, it is that again, but, with some actual improvements, along the way, just not what was expected. So go look it up for yourself. Make a decision. For me, it's one of those, maybe I'll get it for free on PS, Plus here in the next few months or something. We'll see. Maybe it'll be like Alone in the Dark too,
I was actually hyped for this as well, and you started selling me on it because I read one review, I think it was the Game Informer review on Code Vein 2, and they were like, yeah, the same thing that every single freaking non-From Software Souls game review gets. I mean, it's kind of fun, but it's been done better elsewhere by masters of the genre. Okay, who cares? So when you started talking about, time travel and go back and see different eras and come back to the future and fix things, I went, yeah, and I started under the table so you couldn't see me clapping my hands and rubbing them together, and I started shimmying in my chair, and then you said, yeah, but bugs and no fun and fall off your motorcycle and cheap hitboxes, and I went, oh. And then I immediately started thinking, maybe I'll get this for free in 4 months on PS Plus. So we're on the exact same boat here. And I believe the first Code Vein, you could super easy co-op in that, I believe. So I'm hoping they brought that over here. Maybe in June, if it's free, you and I can actually jump in.
Just smoke it
get
together.
Some co-op time in it, yeah. And at least have some fun or have some not fun, but it was free, so who cares?
It was free, and we were hanging out. It'd probably be fun enough.
Yeah, exactly. I made a weird vampire dude, and you made a weird vampire lady with her butt out. And it's great. Fun stuff. But another thing that could be great and is probably a lot of fun is a game called Earth Must Die. Now, I'm going to tell you, folks, I was scrambling through my channels trying to find reviews of things that came out this week, and they were coming up empty. So I went to a brand new person called Insider Gaming, and he's only had like 2 reviews ever, so I'm glad he reviewed this. But Earth Must Die came out couple days ago as we're recording this on the 27th, developed by Size 5 Games, published by No More Robots. As far as I can tell, it's for PC only because this is a traditional point-and-click adventure-style game. Well, maybe not traditional, but if you take a look at this, you're going to know exactly the kind of feel that I'm talking about because you look at it, and this game looks like, I've heard 2 descriptions of it that are both very apt, either like a 2000s Nickelodeon show, so like maybe Invader Zim or one of those other kind of shows, or an Adult Swim show, because it's all cartoony. You play as the 3rd son of basically the king of all the cosmos. He runs the big empire that is controlling all the stars and all this other stuff. But you're fighting rebellion, he's dying, and he goes, 3rd son, come in here, I'm dying, I need to pass the torch. And you go, thank you, because you're a guy who looks like he speaks like that. You got the big collar and the robe. And he goes, not you. You're completely incompetent and you're a loser and you don't know anything about anything. Get your 2 big, broad-shouldered, big-chinned, warlike brothers in here. And they come in and they're twins. And he's like, I'm going to pass the torch to you 2. And then you, as a little schemer, dweeby kind of guy, you got to figure out a way to get that leadership. This isn't a spoiler. It happens in the first 20 minutes of the game. You find a way for those 2 to kill each other. Now you're the only one left. Now you are the new leader of the cosmos. And then it jumps 300 years into the future, and you have totally screwed it up because you don't know what you're doing. You're one of those people keep referencing Nepo babies. You're just one of those guys who kind of lucked into power and you don't really know what you're doing and you don't deserve it. And then war happens. More war is here. You're getting invaded by this other crew. So you have to go all around all the star systems and planets and people and talk to stuff and do adventure gamey things, but with all kinds of dialogue and fun British humor attached to it. And like snarky things. And like even when you're choosing your dialogue, because I watched somebody play through the demo of it and you're talking to your dad, your option will be like, tell him off or like meekly accept. But then underneath the dialogue option that you make, it's got like a little like thought bubble essentially of what your character's thinking. It's not like, oh, I'll just meekly accept. But it says, meekly accept. Maybe that will get him on my side a little more. Little devious thoughts underneath the things that you're talking about. So it's kind of almost a Mass Effect style feel to it, where like, here's what you're going to say, but kind of like, here's the feel of it. And all of it is because you're this weaselly, wormy, evil kind of a guy. It just has that fun, like I said, Adult Swim type of a feel. There's blood and there's sex stuff in there too, so that's very Adult Swim. But it has that kind of like steepling your fingers, and I'm evil, but I really don't know how to get it done either because I'm a freaking idiot. So everything I've seen about this, it just looks like a lot of fun. Maybe it's not busted gut laughing all the time, but there are definitely some moments in there that I've seen. If you're in the mood for a story-driven point-and-click adventure game, definitely check out Earth Must Die. If you want to say har har and tee hee, and maybe you want a kind of a shot at some of those people who are rich and powerful and maybe don't deserve it, this is going to be a game for you. It just seems light and fun. I've heard there's not traditional inventory for traditional inventory puzzles. I've heard that some of the puzzles are a little hard, but there's not that like spaghetti moon logic that you get with a lot of weird old point-and-click adventure games. Sounds like this one's a lot of fun. I think I did see full game playthrough was a little over 5 hours, so it's a short run. It's a lighter comedy point-and-click adventure game. Check out Earth Must Die, everybody. I didn't check out the prices. I can't imagine it's more than $25 and probably less than that on the Steam launch sale. So go check it out. Go check out some demo playthroughs because you'll get a good feel of what you're looking for. The voices are a little weird, but I know they have famous British actors and Ben Starr's in there, all kinds of other people who Insider Gaming named verbatim, and I was like, I don't know who that is because he's British. But voice acting seems kind of weird and good and funny. Check it out. Earth Must Die. Maybe it needs to. Maybe just Earth, get out of here. You're done. You've had your time.
No, I need more years, man. I got games to play.
I do too.
We gotta give me some more time, please. Thank you. Now, speaking of time, speaking of games, there's some free games this week, everybody. And I'll start off with Epic. They've got a game called Definitely Not Fried Chicken. I didn't do my homework. I don't know what this game is, but I'm going to give you a guess. I'm going to say you're running a shop and you're cooking dogs, kids, husbands, wives, anything but fried chicken, and you're trying to prepare it in such a way as that you fool your customers into thinking it is fried chicken. And if they come away saying that's not fried chicken, you lose. So that's what I think it is. And then you got to prepare those kids the right way to make them taste like fried chicken. Same with the other animals, humans, whatever you're using. That's what I think this game is. That sounds right to me. I like it.
That sounds really good. Now, if it's going to be anything other than that, I'm not going to add it to my library. But if it's that, I'm downloading and playing it tonight, and then I'm staying up too late playing it. Guaranteed. But if you don't want to cook kids and husbands into fried chicken patties, you can go nuts on the Game Pass. You can absolutely go nuts. They must have gotten the EA hookup because on Game Pass this week, you have The Sims plus all kinds of DLCs for it. You have The Sims 2 plus all kinds of DLCs for it. I'm going to jump ahead in the list. You got My Sims, you got My Sims Kingdom, but then if you want to play a newer puzzle type of game, you can get the Talos Principle 2, which is a game I've been interested in for a long time. Oh, another game I've been interested in for a long time is Anno Mutationum, which is that side-scrolling cyberpunk. I think it's a little bit of visual novel, but side-scrolling action and shooting them up. You're like trying to save your brother or something. Then on top of that, you got Drop Duchy Complete Edition, and then if you want to be ripping and tearing kind of and shooting and jumping around and doing the things, you can get Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 also. So a big week on the Game Pass. You got family-friendly games. You got very not family-friendly games. You got a lot of stuff in between. So go check it out.
Holy Majoses. And of course, that's not it. Amazon Free Games has Al-Qadim, the Genie's Curse. This is a scary, bad game because genies, if you didn't know, actually aren't like Robin Williams. They're not usually friendly. They're not usually nice. It's usually the monkey paw thing going on when you want your wishes. This game, that's got that going on. It's Bad News Bears. And then you got Technotopia. I don't know what that is, but it's Technotopia. I would say techno. Maybe there's some techno in there. Maybe some. I don't know. Sounds cool, though. Go check it out. And last but not least, you got Elderborn. And this sounds like another one of those crazy games where you're playing as an idiot who shouldn't have the power to rule, but does because he is Elderborn. If that's it, I don't know. I'm so busy this week, folks. I'm just telling you what the games are, all right? We'll get back to the business here. Give me another week, and I'll look up these weird-ass games that I don't know about, all right?
I was so excited. Because I looked at El Qadim, the Genie's Curse here, and as you were talking, I went, that smells like a Hopa. I'm going to Google it real quick. It's not.
It's not.
And then you started saying Technotopia, and I went,
Maybe
it's a Hopa, like a cyberpunk Hopa. It's not.
It's not.
And then you said Elderborn, and I went, I'm still sniffing it out. It's definitely not going to be. It was not.
I knew all three weren't this week. That's the only homework I did. I did enough to look at like the main screen thing, and then I moved on. I was like, okay, this is not a Hopa. I'm out. I can't be bothered to watch this 3-minute clip of whatever this game is right now. I got other things to do, like stare at an anime and wish my world was different. That's what I had time to do. Suck it up, folks.
But what I had time to do was also check out the PS Plus games, because the PS Plus games for February, they were first leaked and then they were fully announced. And you got Undisputed, which is a boxing game. So if you want to punch people in the faces, you can be doing that in Undisputed. Then you got Subnautica Below Zero. Hey, Eric played some Subnautica. Do you want it to be even colder? Do you want to have a harder survival time than that?
I don't.
Well, get in there and do it anyway. It surprised me, because when we talk about the end of the year, and you go, number one game of the year, Subnautica Below Zero. I couldn't believe it. I got cold and I played it. It was great. I played it in summer so I could feel like I was cooling off.
Made me feel better.
Then you got a game that I've been interested in for a long time, which I believe is like a weird Metroidvania, but it's Ultros. That's the game that has that really weird graphical style. Like everything's kind of growing and strange, and it looks really weird, but very colorful. I've been interested in that one, so I get it for free. And then, oh, baby, a great game that I played and streamed back in the streaming right from my PS4 days with my crappy headset, Ace Combat 7 Skies Unknown. Get yourself pumped for Ace Combat 8 later this year, or probably early next year. But man, fly some planes, shoot down some other planes, avoid SAMs, fly through a tunnel at the end. Oh, spoiler alert, that's what you do in every Ace Combat game. Fly through a tunnel. I think you got to defend a spacecraft in this one, and then maybe shoot down another one. Oh, it was fun, though. Like, Ace Combat's the greatest. Get yourself all kinds of great games this week.
Man, there are a lot of games to grab for free this week, folks. I'm telling you. And, of course, I got a little tidbit. It's kind of a rant, but, I want Matt's input here, too. And this isn't about the game itself, all right? Dark Auction apparently is a game that some websites say has some promise, might be good. I don't know what the hell that is. I had no idea, really. But it's coming out to the PS5, and there's a demo out if you want to go check it out for yourself. Now, this game was originally supposed to come out like last year, apparently, but then got into some trouble, disappeared, and now it's coming out this year. Well, that trouble apparently was that you were going to go in this game to Hitler's mansion, Hitler's thing, and you were going to be in an auction with all of the Hitler regime crap and whatnot, and the game did something with all that. I don't know. I don't care. That's not the point. The point is, apparently that got him in trouble. That was the reason. Now it's back out, and it's Dictator X house, and you're auctioning stuff. And okay, you guys, it's been a long damn time. All right. Apparently we can have games where we kill Nazis. Killing Hitler and killing Nazis is great times. Sure, I'm down with that. I love it. I'm a huge advocate for one of my favorite series. You know what I'm talking about. But when's enough? What's the harm in you going to this dark auction or whatever of Hitler's old and you're trying to buy it off and doing whatever the hell this game's about? Who cares if it's that? It's not like they're advocating that Hitler's awesome and we should do whatever the hell he and his regime did. It's just a game going to this, well, once again, dark auction. That's all these, kind of wishy-washy Hitler-esque type of things and stuff. You guys, it's done. It's over. It's gone. It's many years past. Everyone to this date is taught Hitler is bad. Nazi, bad. Bad, bad, bad. We all know it is beaten into you. We can't, to this day, you still can't even use the name Hitler. It's blacklisted. You can't use it. And apparently still in video games and in books and everything else, we still can't do anything except for kill Nazis. That's all you could do, because anything other than that, we're not about it. I don't know. It bugs me because I just believe if you want to do a stupid show or a stupid game about whatever, who cares? Do it. You know what? The customer will speak. Customer says, no, bro, I don't support this at all. Well, your game's not going to sell. And there you go. Now you know. Well, nobody wants to buy a game about this particular thing. Then you won't make it. Let nature decide. Stop having this background where people are coming in. Oh, that's just not proper. You can't talk about that or do that. That's not right. You can only kill those Nazis. And say it a lot. Say it like, kill Nazis. Come on, sis. Let's kill those Nazis. That's all you can do. And I loved it. Don't get me wrong. Just saying. Old man rant. It's bugging me.
Now, the only thing I can say on this, I saw this last night, and then I stayed up too late kind of Googling what this was about. And I still couldn't figure out, what it was really about. All I saw were websites that said, oh, yeah, there was controversy about it before. And I was like, I told Google, find me the controversy. Find people who were mad about it. And it didn't bring me up anything. But generally, I will say the only thing that I do know about this is you can't depict any of that stuff or even talk about it in Germany anymore. So I know that. But this is like a Japanese dev. And from what because I looked into the story too. I was like, what is this about? You're all like bad people and you're all going to this weird dark auction. And the way to get into it or place bids on things is to give up pieces of your memory. So you have to go around and find out about these other people and find out their secrets without giving up yours. And I was like, this sounds freaking awesome. I didn't even know anything about this game. It sounds like a Danganronpa game or a Zero Escape game almost. So it sounds crazy and cool, but you're all
bad.
You're all bad people. You're all awful people. So at that point, what does it matter who's where or why
and what they're buying?
Yeah. Maybe it's just one of those things of everybody got cold feet at the last minute and went, with how everybody is today, maybe they would cause a ruckus. So we just went, just forget it. If everybody's going to be sad about it, I don't know. I think it's weird, just like you said, because what would bad people love more than a bad person's stuff? And if you're telling a weird bad people story, it just seems to fit. I don't know. It's strange. It's weird, but I'm glad you put this in the show notes because I want to play this demo and find out if this game is what I think it is and have a weird, dark, crazy time with it. Because I think that's what I'm going to do this year. I already downloaded the game that was banned on Steam, an Epic Horses game. I did buy that for $5 because I saw somebody's mini review of it and I was like, that looks a lot more interesting than I thought it would be. So maybe I'll get in this too. And I'm totally on a watch list right now. That's what's going to happen. Matt's on a watch list this year.
Yep.
There we go.
You're doing it. And I was just saying, I think it was Push Square that had the article that I read and got it from. And it was they claim that it was apparently about Hitler beforehand. Obviously, I don't know the truth to any of it, but that was the article over there. So if you want to go check it out, you can go read it for yourself. But it was more just about, I'm just tired of that being banned. I get it. In Germany, it's banned because they just want it to be over. They want to move on and just never look at it again. But in the rest of the world, it's okay, everybody. It's okay. We have no issues talking extensively about other things that we should just let lie, but for this one, no, we can't talk about it.
Well, and especially it's a story about bad people.
Yeah.
Nobody here is the hero. Well, no, I think you, the character, are trying to figure out your uncle went to this and died, or your dad did, so you're trying to figure out that. So maybe a good character having any association with it, I don't know.
With all the bad people.
But, stories about bad people doing bad things, that's 90% of what you guys watch on the TV right now. That's what every series is about. So I don't know. It's weird. I agree. It's very strange. So to not have any aspect of that available in a game about bad people doing bad things is weird.
And I brought it up just to rant. And then also I did want the input. Listener out there, let me know. What's your thoughts? Should we be banning certain topics? And if we can ban that topic, shouldn't we ban some other topics? Maybe like slavery. Maybe we should ban that, right? We should make sure we never talk about that again, right? Because that's a bad thing everybody did. And Hitler's a bad thing that happened. So bad things that happen, we shouldn't talk about them anymore. We exclude them from any kind of talking and or video games, etc. Right? Yes. Let's do that. Let's all shut up about anything bad.
Well, and this goes back to the conversation that everybody has and that it sparks in my brain right here. If video games are art can depict anything. And if it's offensive to you, then it's still art. And if it's bad art, then it's just bad art. If it comes out and people don't like it, then they just don't buy it or engage with it.
It's a whole thing. You get mired.
Yeah,
I didn't want to get mired in it. I just, it's just a rant and just a kind of an overall topic. Like, what's people's thoughts out there? Is there stuff we should keep hidden and just let go? Is there stuff that, where's it end and where's it begin? I'm just curious. I want to know what everybody thinks.
And I want to know what everybody thinks about much lighter and happier and cheerier and cartoonier things than that, because I was scrambling for news this week. I feel like I saw 10,000 news stories over the past week, and I couldn't find a single one of any interest. But I remembered when the Super Mario Galaxy Direct came out, my whole video game news feed was full of headlines about it and people talking about it, and I said, sweet. It's going to be like 20 minutes. I'm going to get a full 5-minute scene from Super Mario Galaxy, the new movie coming out. Ooh, baby, I can't wait. And I clapped my hands and I rubbed them together and I looked it up on YouTube, and the Super Mario Galaxy movie Direct was 5 fucking minutes. And I went, oh, there's all the clips that you've seen online of bits of the Yoshi scenes. And then Miyamoto said, hey, guy from, what is it, Illusion Entertainment, what do you have to say? And he said something, but I didn't even know because I was 4 minutes in and it was about to end. And I went, well, that didn't do anything for me. I mean, it looks great. I love the first movie. I'm going to go see the second movie. But that same day that I put that in the show notes as something I hoped to be able to talk about, I also put the Tomodachi Life Direct in the show notes. And that happened today. And I went, hopefully that's more than 5 minutes. And oh, baby, was it. Tomodachi Life Living the Dream Direct. It was a hot 22 minutes. And the only thing I have to say, I have one word to say. I'm going to repeat it, and it's going to get louder. Sold. Sold, 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 sold. I had no idea what Tomodachi Life was about. Like, when they first revealed it, I went, this kind of looks like a weird me game. I don't know, live your life as a me. I guess I'll check it out. Dude, it's like Animal Crossing on crazy steroids with me characters. And I know everybody, and I'm one of these guys too. Everybody hates the AI voice in, your Instagram Reels or your TikToks if you're on TikTok or your YouTube Shorts. I hate it with a passion. But these Tomodachi Mii's Microsoft Sam little voices, oh baby, I was so fucking happy. This whole Tomodachi Life Direct, it was incredible. I had a smile on my face. I watched it at work on lunch. I was grinning like an idiot. I was laughing. I punched my fist in the air at one point. This just looks ridiculous. And I know what Eric's going to say because I see it in his face.
Like,
what the hell is this crap?
I ran for the hills, man. I ran for the hills.
Where's the man shooting shotgun? Fight a monster. And I
saw this
and I knew it.
Oh, God, no. Not me.
And then I knew if you poo-pooed it too much, I was going to be like, yeah, next time you watch a frickin' Resident Evil Direct and I say it's poo-poo dumb butt garbage, then you're going to know. You're going to know that feeling. But man, everything they showed here was delightful and happy and crazy and great. And if you made it too, and I don't think you did.
I didn't.
If you made it to the Ferris wheel scene, you would have loved it. Oh my God, so much fun. So I love Animal Crossing. And Animal Crossing just had its 3.0 update. I've been dipping in a little bit like I talked about. But this looked like that, but like to even, not like a bigger degree, because you can do all the same stuff here. But like they showed, hey, eventually your island can get this big and you can have 8 people living in one house and then your whole island is full of other villagers too. And I went, God damn, that just sounds great. And everything they showed was cartoony. It was silly. It was ridiculous, giving your characters like the little quirks. So like, oh man, this is how they eat their food when they're happy. And I don't know, that sounds dumb to any gamer who just wants to push buttons and shoot guns, but for some reason, it just made me smile. This whole goddamn thing made me smile, and it gave me that Animal Crossing feel. The only one thing that might put me off of this is, they said multiple times in here, make all the villagers, make everybody who lives on this island. And sure, I'll make me, and I'll make Eric, and I'll make James, and if you think that you guys aren't going to get married and have kids on my island, tough luck for you. But then I thought, if I have to make every me on here, I'm going to burn out after like 4 or 5 people, make the 4 or 5 people I know, and that's going to be it. So there's got to be a way to import Miis or have your friends' Miis come over, because it's literally a Mii game. It's Animal Crossing, but with Mii characters. I will say the characters looked pretty damn good. Like, they looked good. The shading, the lighting, the colors, they were popping. But that's the only thing that I hope is you can download some or import some or something. Go ahead.
I'll tell you this, Matt. If you can figure out how to import ones, you go to me and James's old accounts. All right, our old accounts. Me, James, and Shay made every good, bad, ugly, every kind of character that's politically incorrect, correct, everything. They were made. So you will have a variety of fun characters to choose from, all right? You just find out how to import those. I don't even know if they're in the Wi-Fi in the system somewhere still. I bet if I loaded up my Wii, they'd still be there. So I don't know if there still exists, something you get a hold of. But, I mean, you should see the Michael Jackson. Chef's kiss. Perfect.
I feel like I must have. I remember the last few Wii sessions back in the day. And you had all kinds of crazy
Mike
people.
Tyson.
I had a bunch too, because I went on some old website, not on a phone, and click. Ooh, make this guy. He looks like this. But I mean, that's one of the things that I thought was pretty cool about here is you can tweak so much of the Mii because they talk, they move, height, weight, pretty easy stuff. But then like age and like their whole personality type. So I don't know. It just looked like a ton of fun. The direct and the little storyline that they took their Mii on in this direct, it was funny. It was charming. It was silly. There's just something about it. The bright colors, the happy vibes, you don't have to do much. Just pop in whenever you want to play some Tomodachi Life and see what people are doing. It was just delightful. It made my frickin' day, and I needed my day to be made. This did it. I got home and I wanted to watch it again, but I didn't have time enough to do it. Whew. Tomodachi Life, living the dream. I'm going to be living the dream April 16th. I don't care what anybody says. This looks like a ton of freaking fun. I can't even describe why. It just does. It just does. Who cares? If you play Animal Crossing at all, check this out. If you love little island builders, cozy games, check it out. I'm going to be checking it out.
Indeedly do. Y'all go check that out for sure. And of course, with that, Matt, man, that wraps up another show, another week here in the gaming world, hanging out with your boys at Third Shift. It's done. We did it.
But you got the best boy at Third Shift. It's Uncle Matt. You know what he's got?
Is there something else?
He's got a little trivia corner. He's got a little trivia corner for you, boys and girls. Woo-hoo! Come on into the corner and sit yourself in that little stool. It's the quiz stool. And I'm going to turn like a hanging bear light bulb on above your head. I'm going to quiz you like we're a cop at the station. Because if you remember, the question I asked you last week was, what is the full name of the 9-foot, 6-inch tall vampire-like antagonist in Resident Evil Village? That's Lady Alcina Dimitrescu. You know that because you know what you did to her. I did it too, but I'm still disgusted by you. So the question for this week is, it's an easy one. I shouldn't say that. I'm not allowed to say that.
Yeah, don't say that. Stressful.
Hey, punk. Which home console was the first to contain a Blu-ray disc player?
Oh,
You got it. And hey, I'm going to tell you right now, not to dampen the celebration here. You're in the lead, Eric. You are in the lead.
Oh, God. We're going to do this. This year's the year, Matt. This year's the year. I take it.
Now I'm going to bring you down by saying, because nobody else has responded yet, but you are still in the lead.
Damn it.
So if you want to respond and break Eric's heart and make him hang his head like he just did, or if you just have a wild guess, if you don't even know the answer, but you just want to say, please, officer, can I get a lawyer here? Send that to me via the email, thirdshiftme@gmail.com, on the Twitter machine at ThirdShiftME. Find us on Facebook under Third Shift. Hit up the Discord, the Patreon. If I'm streaming, hit up a stream. And then if you don't want to send me an answer to the freaking trivia question, send us a mailbag question. Say hi. Say, why are you guys so weird? Say, why are you guys so great? I don't know. Just get in touch with us. Not in real life, though, because I'm a scaredy pants and Eric's a meanie pants. So just send us electronic conversations. That's what we'll do.
Yes, indeed do that. And Matt kind of stole a little bit of it, so I won't repeat it. But I will say you can go over to Patreon. Throw us $1, $2, $3. It's a tip jar. If you want to keep supporting us, or just for the 1 month or whatever, anything helps. Keeps the lights on. Bills paid. We appreciate it so very much. But if you can't, that's fine too, because you can go to Apple Podcasts, give a 5-star rating. Spotify, give a 5-star rating. I've already told you that stuff's real important, so get over there and do it. You can also go over to Twitch. Amazon Prime gives you $5 a month. Go use that. Matt's streaming. He's having fun playing some games. Pop that in there. Bam, you're helping us out. And if you don't do any of those things, just get on the Discord, as Matt already said, and have some fun with us, because we would love to hear from you. Y'all are the best, and you are all what makes the show keep on ticking, folks.
And speaking of keeping on ticking, you can listen to the very next episode, which will be dropping on or around the 4th of February, because we got to do an early record next week. Surprise. Hey, I mentioned it last week, too. But you can find that on iTunes and Stitcher, on Poppy, and Spotify, and on YouTube. And as I always say, hey, if you like what we're doing, like to help us out, please give us a like, a rating, a review, a comment, a subscription, any kind of good thing on any of those good services, because it does help us out, and we really do appreciate it.
We do indeed appreciate it, just like we appreciate those 5-star reviews. Get them in, folks. It's Valentine's Day coming up. You know you love us. You know you love us. Get us those 5-star reviews. Ow! Come on. I just gave you a jingle. Help me help you.
So with that, there's nothing else to say but...
Don't forget to say.
Shut up and sit down.